Doing some readings for you this evening. I apologize for being a couple of minutes late here. Life is life. I'm sure you all understand that. If this is anyone's first time, I'm going to be just doing some pulling cards. People put their comments in the little section there. I'll just go through them one by one, get to as many people as I can within the hour. Okay, so just thought before we get started here, then there is this word that I've just been hearing so many times this week. This word, the universe, right? And people throw that into conversation. They say, I'm aligned with the universe, or they say the universe is bringing me something, or they say, I don't want to put this into the universe because they're afraid it will happen. Okay. This idea of the universe, and of course we're not talking about physical universe, stars, galaxies, and so on. We're talking about an idea, a concept, consciousness. Okay, and so when I hear people talk about this, I feel and I hear a disconnect, and it just kept happening this week. I thought I'd say something about this. The universe, in that respect, it is you. It is you. To put it in this context, the mind, the brain you have, consider the universe is basically that, but a lot bigger. Proportionally the same thing, but a lot bigger. And so think about common sense, right? So if someone hands you a bowl of chilies or told you to jump off a bridge or anything like that, you wouldn't do it. You wouldn't do it because it's obviously a bad idea. And you instinctually know that, and so you compute it within a milliseconds and you don't do it, right? You don't follow through. Consider the universe is like that. Conscious mind is like that. And so you can say something like, oh, I'm afraid I am going to get ill, afraid I'm going to get sick, I'm afraid something bad's going to happen. You put that into the universe, it won't happen because there is use the word, universal balancing of it, right? The computation happens like that. Someone says they're going to get sick. The conscious mind understands it is a worry, not a creative choice. It knows that. It knows that. And you are it. It is you. Something can't get brought into your life that you weren't bringing in. Okay. The universe isn't making up its mind and observing and judging you. Okay. It's just not doing that. It is you, and you are it. And so if you are considering that you're not aligned, or you are aligned with the universe, that's you being aligned or not aligned with you. Okay. Simple as that. Simple as that. So please don't be afraid to voice things that you are concerned about, because that act in and of itself, it's not creative. It's not going to make something happen. It's destructive, right? Destructive of a worry, destructive of a concern, destructive of a fear. And it's so important because as a practitioner over there, I will address this sort of thing in people's bodies all the time that they have held on to. Okay. So the universe is you, and therefore it's helping you, and therefore you can give things to it, and you can release it from your physical form into a conscious mind that will send energy elsewhere. You are the universe is you. All right. So to today then, and I had a question sent to me already. Just going to get to it. I'm not going. I'm in future. Don't send me questions ahead of time. I like to do it live. But someone asked me where something was. She's lost a pair of earrings, and can look and see. I asked her. Give me a list of places where it could be, and I'll have a check for you. So give me a second here, and then we'll get to your questions. Right. Well, Tracy, this doesn't super help, but your earrings are in the house. They're not in your clothing, they're not in the purse, and they're not in the car. I'm seeing downstairs. All right. So I'm going to move on, and let's get to this. Okay, Karen. Will your current work contract get extended in December into 2023? I'm getting a yes on that. Actually, Karen, I'm getting that you are. It is going to be work contract is going to be extended into next year. Good stuff. And if you saw the house today, I hope it was great. Okay, Natasha. Will you be in a void reset spiritual gifts much longer? Thank you for time, Angie. Okay. Will you be in a void reset? Okay. Oopsie. Yes, British people say oopsie. Oh, I'm not British anymore. I'm American. American people say oopsie. Okay. The short answer, which I'm going to have to go with, Natasha, is no. You're like in the hyper fast washing machine at the moment, and I'm just going to say and leave you with this: you have absolutely no control over that. And we can do the whole, well, we have no control over anything. No, this is out of your control. It's out of your control. I've said this for a while, but back at the end of last year, I was attending a channeling, and Saint Germain came through and said, if you want to get on well in the year 2022, treat everything like a gift. Everything from the easiest and the sweetest to the hardest and the sharpest, spikiest. And so I'm just going to offer to you that if you feel, well, you do feel that you're in a reset or holding pattern, it's actually grace. It's actually grace. Grace, and insofar as there's situations you're not having to get into and you won't have to get into, people that you're not going to have to deal with, and I'm only getting patches here, but there's grace in what you're not having to attend to because they're not. Well, I've just talked about the universe, haven't I? The universe is you, so your inner choice is needing more time. Okay. Hello, Melanie. Hello, Caroline. Diana. I'd love to know moving forward if you will find the love of your life this year. I'm assuming you mean there's not a great deal left of this year. All right. I'm going to read as if you were talking about the next 12 months, okay? Because I'm literal like that. So. I am optimistic about that. I'm also on the fence about, do I tell you when? I've just teased there, haven't I? Okay, let me say this. I don't see it within the next half year. Okay. We can we can screw things up when we have too much of an idea about things. We can get restrictive about it. So, in answer to your question, yes, I do. I do see that. I do see that. I see it in the latter part of. Yeah. All right. Enough. Okay. Vicky. They're not into readings. Will I do? Good. Okay. Vicky, I'm not getting a great vibe about this. Oop. Dropped one again. I remember years ago, I asked my then teacher to read for me, and I got a funny reading from it, like challenge, then something great. And I looked at the cards. I was just learning to read at the time, learning to read cards at the time, and I said to him, well, "What do you make of this? I mean, this is weird. Is it worth going through all of that to get to a good outcome?" And he's like, "Good question. Is it? Is it? Perhaps the lesson is you don't have to go through something." I I'm for whatever my guidance is worth here. I don't recommend you do this. Okay? Do as you wish. Do as you wish. I don't recommend you do this. Okay. What should I do in the present to work towards my next career shift? Working in the golf industry, I'm just wondering what I can do now towards that. Emily, there is a this isn't a one sentence answer, and this isn't something I can really get into with a one sided. There is no urgency about this. I know you're asking a question, but I want to just be authentic. I'll just say some shit to you now because I should do, and I'm live here. this needs to be answered in a conversation. Okay, so you don't need to book a reading with me tomorrow. That's not what it's about. Um, but there's more than one path here at the same time. That's fine. That's the trajectory I think you're on. Um, uh, I'm looking at themes of communication here, taking on too much. There's a bit too much to talk about that I can get into in this way and be understood anyway. So not trying to fob you off, not trying to avoid the question. I just want to answer you properly, and I can't hear. Okay. And this is my cousin Jeremy, who's in England, and it is well past your bedtime, young man. But hello, and thank you for showing an interest. It's when it's not it's appreciated when one's family shows an interest in the things that we do when we take the steps. I appreciate it. All right. Caroline, will a new relationship be coming in the next couple of months? Yes. Sorry, that took a while. I wanted to just get a bit of a confirmation there. I don't want to just say yes. Well, yes, I do think so, and I think you know that too. It's not, I remember going for readings back in London. There's one place I used to go to near Victoria Station, big Mind Body Spirit Festival. Used to go and see the same guy every year, and he'd always say this. He'd always at some point say something every time, which is we're all psychic, which means we're all connected. And so, certain trajectories we're on, we know it because we're connected to that and we can feel it coming, just like our pets know when we're coming home. It's not as mysterious as it's made to seem. So yeah, I do get a yes on that, and I think you know that as well. Look forward to it. Will you be off? Will you be off a new job soon? Interesting. There's a bit more in this. I think maybe next year at this point, but I should put something out before I start about this word soon, because everyone knows what that means to them, but no one ever says it to me. And it's a nebulous word, and so I'm getting a mixed reading here, Amber. So let me go in another way. Right. Okay. This is what I think it's about. Yes, I do think you're going to be offered a new job, and I don't think you're going to want it. I don't think it's what you want. I don't think it's. I don't think you see your or the value in it. So yes, a new job, but I don't think it's. I think the thing you really want to be doing, or the thing that really works for you, is a little further away than that. I don't see you saying yes to the next thing you're offered. That's what that was about. There we go. Let's type better soon. Yes, I'll get a yes on that. The time period I'm getting is the next 2.5 to 3 months. But yeah, I'm getting a yes on that. Good. Next 300-hour yoga teaching train coming up. Okay. I'm going to answer this in the way you've asked it. And the answer I'm getting is do it if you want to, go for it. I don't see that you need to do it. I think you need to, but I don't think you need to. And so my response is if you want to, yes. It's not going to change much. I don't see it opening up many opportunities that aren't already. I don't see it. I see it anchoring and grounding the practice and the teaching ability in you, which is always a good thing, and sets things in place for the longer term. But it's not a necessity. It's not necessity. And so, what I want to say to you, as well as all of that, Jessica, is the question's coming from a little bit of a lack mindset, not a criticism. Not a criticism. We all do that. We all do that from time to time. But I'm going to say to you now, if you do it, come from a more expanded place, okay? Like and not come from a place, not from need, okay? Because you don't need to do this. Okay? Oh, yeah. So I see a full-time job opportunity. Oh, I do. Yes, I do. Yes, yes, I do. I do. Yes. Also, I do. Okay. Uh, 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 she write, Joelle, did she write arm and hand pain related to neuropathy, pinched nerve, or something totally different? I'm not discounting neuropathy here, Joelle. I think there's a little element of that, but I think it's more about pinched nerve. Um, um, Constriction. And I think there's some wiggle room there. I realize the technical terms I'm using here, but that's what I look for. That's what I'm looking for. If something's going on in the physical, is there room to unwind it without going to allopathic or conventional medical treatment, which I'm not against, by the way. But I think there is some wiggle room here. Don't suffer. Don't suffer. I feel like I've kind of done enough of that with it. If I speak in terms of karma that creates these things that go on for longer than they should do, that's just about done. So I feel like within about a month, this should be better. Yeah. Otherwise, next few months of the year might be. I've had some struggle with life. Well, Lois, I'm sorry to hear that. It's certainly been a year for us all, hasn't it? The next few months. All right, let's just look till the end of the year for you. Um, you're asking quite an open question here, Lois. I get it. So I'm going to answer you in that terms. I see the rest of this year balancing out for you. This looks like a lovely month, and then December. I'm feeling like you're having. It's an interesting balance. I feel like you're having more control in and over and of your life, while at the same time, whether you're cognizant of it, in surrender to, and I mean that's a really good thing, by the way. in partnership, in co-creation with spirit, with your spirit. Okay. So I think you're through the choppier part of this year. Okay. Yeah. And Laurie, before I get to your question, I am coming to Oklahoma City. It's 18th, 19th. Yeah, in about 3 weeks, and I'll be at Linda's. And at Joyce's. Yeah. Was this a good decision? Feel one did not have good intentions. As an aside, let's say this to you all. I recommend stepping in and out of relationships, and we're not talking about romantic relationships. I recommend stepping in and out of personal relationships, social, cultural relationships as you need to. We get very terminal about these things, and they're not. They're really not. The people you're supposed to be with, they understand you on a deep level. The people you're not, you know. Anyhow. Yeah, you've totally done the right thing and doing the right thing. Yeah, no question. No question, Laurie. No question. Oops. Sanji? How will your manager leaving the department affect you? You know, a little bit like what I just said to um, Lois. Yeah, a couple of readings ago, Angie. Um, how I see it affecting you is you being more. Well, I'll use the word empowered, powerful, in your power, that kind of thing. We are in our power when we stop, or the more that we stop letting other people have or take our power or give it to people. Okay. Um, our power comes from us. Our power comes from us, and so I see that, or reading into this a little bit, that there's been some of that for you. I just see you happier, stronger, all of that. It might take a little bit. Might take a little bit, but that's how I see it affecting you. You're more you. And look, I can preach till the cows come home about not giving one's power away. I've done plenty of that in my life, and it's a work in progress. We look at the people that we really need validation from, and I don't know that that's something I've really learned yet. Do my best, but anyway, Maggie. Oops, Maggie. Will you be with your ex again? I do not believe so. What I'm seeing here. I don't love delivering news like that, but I'm not seeing it. I'm really not seeing it. I feel like a door has closed there. And I've asked for things in reading. I've asked about things in readings before, and maybe not gotten the answer I had hoped for or wanted for, and it didn't stop me doing what I wanted to do because a part of me needed to find out. So for all of this and cards and everything, if you need to pursue what you need to pursue for what you need to know and discover, go for it, because I get it. But that's what I'm seeing here. Oh yes, yes, Robin. Thank you. Yeah, I'm in Virginia on actually this weekend. I'm going to leave in a couple of days. I'm going to be in Yorktown. If anyone wants details for that, let me know. I'm looking forward to being there very much, very, very much. I'd like to know if there's any loves around me, anything about my future. All right. I'm going to answer the first part. Excuse me, I'm going to answer the first part because the second part will take a very long time to answer. I'm going to say to you, yes, there is. Yes, there is. Not in this exact moment, but you're drawing it to you. What I want to say to you, Nathan, is it's not just about, think about your life with someone in it, and use this time now to make a few amendments, changes. Think about how available you are physically, emotionally, and so on, and what you can do to augment that, have more of that. Okay, so because you want a person in your life, you want to honor them. They want them to feel honored, and you by them as well. Okay, but I do see, not like imminently, but I could see it either it's kind of the cusp of the new year. Yeah. Time. It's obviously free, Nathan. Oh, comments. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Just saw someone asked if it's free, and I just read for him, so it is free. Then he said he didn't want it. Okay. Oh, the stories I'll tell my grandchildren. All right. So, Maria, the relationship you're in is the right one for you. I am going to say, after a long delay, yes. Are there other people in the world? Yes, there are. With this person, I see enough. How should I explain? Enough of the right archetypes in him for you, and that helps you grow quickly. Yeah. Yeah, so I do. I didn't just want to say yes. So I do see that. Yeah. Karen, I'm not doing general readings at this point of the evening. Okay, if you got a question and there's time, please put it in. But reading on spiritual growth. Okay. Just giving you as much as I can in a minute or so here, Tracy. First thing to say to you is remember the very great gift of silence. A lot of what we need, we will get when we let ourselves be quiet. What does be quiet mean? Be quiet, yes, means stop talking. Obviously, it means physical silence, but we can get less noise in a lot of different ways. Think about doing the occasional cleanse. Okay, less going on in your body means a more available conduit. Um, when we're silent, the things that are already there for us come sooner and quicker, right? And you, like any of us, there's a body of information and work that's just for you to come to you, and it's like right there. Um, you're being reminded to go one step at a time. I feel a bit silly giving that piece of advice because it took me so long to actually figure out what that meant. I was looking for shortcuts, and shortcuts just make things take longer. Just go methodically, build, 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 build. Right. Let's also remind you that your path is only your path. We see people doing things and it looks interesting. Maybe this looks interesting. Um, I'm not saying readings isn't for you, but you're going to do it your way. You're going to do it your way. I don't really have a blueprint for the work I'm doing. I'm just doing what I'm doing as feels appropriate and right to me. Your spiritual path does include and involve some clearing of some deception around you that you're still holding on to. And just last thing to say is you do have the gift if you choose to connect with it and develop it for mediumship. So a bit in there for you to get on with. Karen, I'll get to you in a moment. Oh, no, sorry. There. yeah, this isn't the time. This isn't, for whatever reason, the time for you. Right at the start this evening, I was talking about the universe, and I guess we could bring that into externalities and things we want to happen but aren't happening. And this, in your case, finding the right person for you, at least right now. So let me offer this to you, Barbara, because I just don't feel this is the time for you. You. If I'm being blunt, looking a little deeper in you, you don't want it right now. You want you right now, and that's how wonderful that is. How wonderful that is. Um, if we think about the right person for us, the only thing we really have in control is becoming the person that's right for the person that is right for us. Okay, and usually in the answering of that question, there's something to change. There's something to not change, develop. There's something to develop, to work on in ourselves. And with you, God, I'm really going for it this evening. With you, I would take this time right now, because it's a lot easier to work it out oneself than in a relationship. I would take this time to look at you needing to have things your way and withholding as well. And there's an overlap between those two. Get on top of that right now, and I feel you'll open up space for someone, and dating won't be such slim pickings. I'm sorry, we have Slim Chickens around here. It's a fast food restaurant. I was, yeah. Karen, I don't know if you're on the right track with your health. Yes, I'm going to say yes. There's more to it than that. I'm trying to put this into words. I'm sorry. I'm making this seem way more interesting than it actually is. I don't. My answer is yes. And I'm struggling for the words. There's more in your physical constitution and how that's going than simply putting the right things in your body and exercising or supplements and so on. There's more to it than that. There's life lessons, balance, trust. That's all in this. I feel to a great enough degree you've got that in hand. Whereas someone else, it would be a case of eat the right things, get enough sleep, change this, have this procedure, whatever. That might be someone else's story. It's not your story. There's just more in it than that. And I don't need to tell you that every physical experience we have has a spiritual origin, but that doesn't super help when one is in the midst of it. But the short answer of that ramble is yes. All right. And Angela, I'm going to make this. Oh, that's not a question. Okay. It is good to see you. Dale, input on money, career. Do you know, it's an interesting question you ask, because those two to me for you don't seem to be don't need to be married to each other, and I would really encourage you not to look for them in the same venues. I hope this is making sense. um, uh, there is making money, Dale, and one can be very unemotional and clinical about that, and to a degree I actually support that. Then there's one's career, and you look very, if you're asking for input, you look very over what is the word, invested in your career. And why would I be I'm not and that's not a criticism. It's a wonderful thing to be to take one's career importantly. It's just that look how the world is changing, how it's changed in 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, so much, so many new industries, so many leaving. And so if we get very, very over attached to what we think we do, then as things change, then that affects our identity and how we feel about ourselves. You're asking for input. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying to you. And so I'm just going to wrap this up now and say again, there's making money and there's career. And the concept of career, I feel, is getting a little out of date, apart from the highly vocational ones. I'm not going to do this forever. I don't see this as my this is my career. It's just what feels pertinent and supportive and purposeful to do at this time. And this will be the last one. Patty, postpone graduating with your doctorate for a year. Anything come up to keep me on track to succeed with this new schedule? Graduating for a year. Track. I'll say this. It's other people and drama that get you, drama, miscommunications, gossip, that sort of thing. That's what gets you off track. One. Number two, to stay on track is a continual it's a continual act. I almost want to say hygiene. Things can set us on different trajectories at any given moment, and we have to continually, regularly, periodically pull ourselves either back to or into a new direction from there. I think it was Tony Robbins. It was someone like that was talking about what the autopilot of an airplane does during a flight, and explaining that it that it course corrects like thousands of times in between takeoff and landing. We don't even know about that. And that's just a part of life. And so to keep you on track, to keep you aligned with where you want to be, that is on you, and that's a continual effort, because the sort of things that pull you around, they're still there. But you're right now very much on track. You've got the right momentum. It's just about what you do to keep that and build it. All right. So I am going to say, let's take a breath together. Thank you for staying. Those of you that do, I'm sorry I was a minute or so late starting. Let's take a breath. Just in your own way, I'd like to just call from the heart a prayer to all of you, to all that's important to you, to all of the very many places and people in the world that are challenged, feeling challenged right now in any way, because it is all relative. We judge it differently, but it is all relative. We say a breath for them. Take a breath for them. We say a prayer for them. To all things to receive they need. I'm going to wish you all a lovely evening. Thank you for staying with me, and I will see you soon.